everybody, I'm Corinne Blackstone and welcome to my craft room. I'm so happy to have you here today. Before we get started, be sure that you're subscribed here on YouTube. That way you don't miss out on any of the fun, crafty content that I have coming. I'm so excited. We've got a lot of really great tutorials on the way for you. In today's tutorial, we're going to use our Cricut Joy Xtra, and we're going to use some of the cutaway cards plus our Cricut Joy Xtra card mat and the foil tool, and we're going to make a fun foil card. This is really, really easy and a great way to introduce you to card making and using your foil tool. The foil tool is really, really fun, but it can be a little bit finicky, so just keep that in mind. It does take a little bit of practice to get it right, so if it doesn't come out perfect the first time, don't fret. And if you've already done this 20 times and it still doesn't come out perfect, even after you've got it to before, it happens to me too. The foil tool is just a little bit picky. So without further ado, let's get started.
We're going to be using a design from Cricut Design Space, and the first thing I want you to do is to make sure you have the correct machine selected. We're going to make this with our Cricut Joy. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my projects here, and I bookmarked a couple that I liked, so I'm going to go under all projects and click right here where it says my stuff and then bookmarked. Now, the one that I want to make is this really cute panda card. Now, I don't think it looks like a panda here, but when we make it bigger, you'll see. So they call this the Party Panda card. I'm going to click on it. Now, one thing you want to make sure is that right here under your finished size, that you're choosing the right size card. I'm using the R20 cards, but definitely double check what size card you're using because it can work on a bunch of different sizes. Then I'm going to choose the Customize option. Because for this, I want to get rid of a couple things because I don't want to use a insert card. I'm going to use one of the cutaway cards. I could leave these little lines and it wouldn't matter, but I don't want to. So what I want to do is first I'm going to take a look over here at my panda, and you'll note that I have this little warning. If you click on it, it's going to say that this is not supported by the Cricut Joy, and it says fine foil. Because the Cricut Joy does not have different like foil tips, you can't choose a tip size. So under your operation, click the down arrow and then just choose foil, and that will go away because we don't obviously, want it to have that warning. That way it'll work. Now I'm going to choose the panda celebrating part, and I'm going to go down to contour, and I just want to get rid of this line here and this line right here because, like I said, those are for the insert cards, and we're going to be using a cutaway card. So it is going to change the sizing a little bit, but it's okay. We will kind of adjust it on our screen. So once I've done that, I'm going to save the design. That way I can, use it later if I want to, or if I hit make it doesn't mess it up. Now I'm going to click the make button, and you're going to see here that it's going to ask us, how do we want to work with this? And I want to use this one here, the on card mat for pre-folded cards, and click confirm. Now, I will say I've been having a lot of issues with this opening every time I try to click the make for these cards. So if you're having that trouble, one thing that I recommend, go ahead and save this again, and then I want you to close your Cricut Design Space and restart it. Now, if that doesn't fix it, another great option is to go under your settings and right here, and you're going to go here to application experience and change it from the live to the beta. Now it is probably going to restart and download any updates that it might need to do, so we're going to allow it to do that. Now once you've downloaded it, you'll see that it says beta up here in the little top section next to like your notifications and your help. So I'm just going to go to my stuff and reopen that card that we were using. So we're going to use this panda card. Again, I'm just going to click customize on it. And we've got this stupid AI assistant thing that I'm hoping goes away because it's really annoying. Like, I hate it. It gets in the way, but if you're in beta, it's there. If you want to get rid of it, you just click this little thing, and you can move it around your screen. Like I said, I just think it gets in the way and it's really annoying. I tend to just throw it over in the corner. So we've got our panda ready. Now, before we click make it, I want you to make sure that you select both parts of your design and you attach them. That's really important. That way everything will line up. It'll do it all in one fell swoop, really easy. Now we can hit the make option here, and you'll see that we need to again select the on card mat, and we can click confirm. Now everything will show here on the mat, and this is our card mat. Now I'm going to show you how to load everything, how to put your foil on, all of that. And this is actually super easy. Now I do use the cutaway card setting in my Cricut Joy to do these, and it works perfectly. So let's go ahead over to the machine. Before we load our card into our machine, we're going to be using our card mat, which is, this is the Joy Xtra card mat, so you can hold one card on it. You want to make sure you take off the protective coating. I know a lot of people for some reason don't notice that. You need to take off your protective coating. And then I'm going to place my card into my mat. Now it goes under, there's like a little slot, it goes under that. You also, when using the cutaway cards, want to make sure that you have the right side down on your mat. So this part will go on to the sticky portion of your mat. And then this has little measurements down here to show you which card size you're using. I'm using an R20 card size. Now I want to point out that this foil is a little bit bigger than that R20 size. Now I recommend, so that you don't get the foil on your mat, I want you to trim it down, because you definitely don't want the foil on your mat. Now you could tape it up here if you choose to, up to you. I think I'm going to tape it, but you could also go ahead and trim it off. Now this foil is pressure sensitive, so meaning that when the Cricut uses its foil tool, it's going to like press it onto your paper. I'm going to use the little tape pieces that Cricut provides, and what you do, you're going to tape one part of your foil down, and you want to make sure it's pretty centered on your card. Then I'm going to tape another part of it down. I'm going to tape the bottom down. Now this part is super important because you want to make sure that this is really tight and super taut onto your card. If it's not, it won't like press it well, and it'll end up ripping it. Now you can use painter's tape if you prefer. I just had this, so I figured I'd use it. So now when you do the sides, what I want you to do, I put my tape down and then I pull, so that I'm pulling it so that it's really tight across the card. So again, I put my tape on to the foil and then I pull. And now you see it's really tight across there. Now we are going to install our foil tool into our Cricut Joy Xtra. So I'm going to bring that in. Now you don't have the best view, so I'm going to see if I can tip the machine up a little bit, but I'm going to get my foil tool out of my little tool holder here. And for this one, it's this small blue tool right here. Oops. And then it has a little tip inside of it. And this is what does all of the foiling. So what you'll do, I'm going to tip it up a little bit, is you're going to open the clamp that holds the fine point blade. I recommend setting that over safely to the side so it doesn't roll off. And then insert your foil tool just like you do your fine point blade, and then close the little tab there that holds it all together. Now from here we can load our card. You want to load it so that the word mat, which is what I can see, goes at the top. This show. Now while this is working, I do want to let you know I'm using the cutaway card and backer setting on my Cricut. We'll see how the foil does with this, but I think it'll do all right. So we're gonna go ahead and let this go. Now I do recommend kind of keeping an eye on it, because as you saw, the tape kind of lifted down here. Just keep an eye on it, make sure that it's not ripping or lifting anywhere while it's working. Once your foil is done, we need to do two things. The first thing is to remove the foil. Now, not always the simplest to do, because it does sit kind of under the tool. So what you'll do is you're going to take the tape off from the bottom and the sides. That usually works best for me. And then I'm going to come up and kind of wiggle it out from under the tool. It's, like I said, not always the simplest to get it out from here, because it does kind of get under there, but that is just how it is when you're doing this with your Cricut Joy.
The next task we have to do is to change that tool out again. So remember how we did it to put the foil tool in? You're gonna do the opposite to take the foil tool out. You're just gonna open up that clamp. Again, I'll kind of move it so you can see it. Pull the foil tool out, put that over to the side, and then you wanna just drop your fine point blade right back in. Go ahead and close that up, and then we'll get this one going. Now we need to tell the machine that we've changed the tool and we're ready to go with our next step. Now, once this is done, the first thing that I always like to do is just double check that cut. I'm very untrusting of these cuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and just see if I can pop one of these little bad boys off. Oh, perfection. Okay, looks good. So I'm gonna go over to the computer and unload this. And the next thing that we'll do is we need to weed this. Now, when weeding this, I do tend to like to do the cutaway cards on the mat because I find that it holds the front flap down really well when you're trying to like peel up the paper. So what you'll do is you're gonna pull off all of the little paper bits. Now, I like to use tweezers for this because I do find that they get under the paper a little bit better because this is like multi-layered paper, and sometimes like right then, you'll only end up getting like one layer of the paper off. So it's a little bit easier for me with tweezers. So you can see right there, I pulled one piece off, but there's still brown in the way because it's multi-layered paper. It's pretty tough sometimes. Like it cut fine, it cut actually really well, but it just doesn't get the like paper off for some reason. So I'm gonna go ahead and weed out all of our pieces, and then I'll show you how we put the backer piece on and then our finished product. Once you have your card all weeded out, just keep in mind that your pieces that you weed out are gonna be kind of sticky, so they're all stuck to my table, but that's okay. Wanna take your card off of your mat, so you wanna kind of peel it back. Now, my mat is pretty new. I don't make a ton of cards on my Joy, so it may stick really, really well. And if that's the case, you can use a spatula, you can use all sorts of different little tools to help you get that off. So I've got this little green plastic one that works pretty well, and you just kind of get it under the edge here and just kind of press your way across. And you can get it off. Like I said, mine's really, really sticky. It's pretty new. I think I've used it 3 times. So when they're new, no matter what, they're gonna be pretty sticky. So I do like to use the spatula. So I'm just kind of shoving it under there and kind of pushing it out. Now, the nice thing is because we have the little plastic backer, it's keeping it pretty well protected. So once we've got that off, our next thing is we need to peel off this part that says Cricut. So this is like protecting the sticky part of the backer. Now, again, I like to use my tweezers on this because this is kind of hard to get off. Pin pen will work too if you can't get your nail under it. And you'll see now what we have is like a sticky section. You want to take your colored sheet, whatever it may be. These come in a ton of different colors. I'll link them down below. You want to take that, put it color side down, line it up best you can, and press it down. I did not do the best job on that, but once it's down, so we're stuck with it. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. It's okay. I'm going to get you guys a better look at this a little closer because it's hard to see the foil from this angle, but it is pretty cute. I don't think the foil did the best job, but it did all right.
This is our finished card. Now, like I said, the foil tool can be a little bit picky. I don't think this foil came out amazing. I wish it was a little bolder, a little more consistent. You'll see there's some parts where like the foil didn't transfer at all. There's also parts where it's almost like stuttered, where like it's partially transferred. There's a whole piece on the side that didn't transfer at all. So with the foil tool, it can definitely be a little bit of a pain, and it doesn't always come out amazing. So I just want you to know, no matter how many times you use it, it may not be perfect, and that's okay. Nobody's perfect, including the Cricut. Now, if you have any questions about this, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm linking everything I used for the video down below for you as well, so you can easily find it. These cutaway cards are definitely my favorite. I think they're easy to use and they come out really cute. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, happy crafting.